Players making their way into position. Acting skipper Toby Hart won the toss for the Borough. They'll be kicking to the left of screen to kick things off here. It's quite windy conditions early this morning. Seems to calm down the last about half an hour or so, which would make it pretty even scoring at either end. Traditionally, right off screen would be the scoring end here at the Marty Bush Reserve, but pretty still at the minute. Maybe a bit of a cross breeze to the far side of the ground, so probably a lot of action on the furthest point from our broadcast position. Sebastopol, of course, well, we've had 3 debutants in the last few weeks. Young Fletcher, the young Liam Mason are 2 that have bobbed up for some goals and some impressive stat lines. Of course, Will Dean's another one for Sebastopol. For a new look, Borough hosting North Ballarat. Your match of the round in the McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League live. We're going to get the action underway here with Kirby going up against McCallum. McCallum decisively down to Leonard on his non-preferred drills. A long one to the full forward position. Floating from the side. It slips out the back. Opportunity for riding. Step around his left side. And in the opening minutes, the perfect start for North Ballarat. Jack Riding kicks the goal. And it's dangerous signs already with McCallum decisively in the rack down to Leonard. They were both superb last time. Riding missed, of course, was in the VFL with Werribee that day. Plays inside 50 today. He kicks the first goal in the opening minute. It's that inside forward 50 combination. You got Riding, you now got Glover, who's returned from overseas and played last week, starting a full forward this afternoon. You throw in Jamie Quick, and it's a 3-point punch that might be too good for any side to stop in the Ballarat Football Netball League this year. Hodgson also returning from an ACL that he sustained last year is another tall target. And a worrying start for Mick Colombo in the box. 2 easy out of the midfield, and 1 entry, 1 goal. All the Borough went up. So perfect start for North Ballarat. They lead here, 1 goal straight, 6. McCallum again looks for the target man again in Leonard, but it's Cramry got his big frame in the way. Veal trying to extract. Dalhouse with the stiff arm out, trying to get boots the ball. Umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. Widgery, the inclusion this week is wrapped up, and we'll get a secondary ball to restart here. North Ballarat have the size in the midfield. Luke Keel and a wrestler there with Stuart Cramry. The coach maybe trying to identify himself as maybe an option through the midfield this afternoon without their usual suspects. Dalhouse gave off the hand pass. Inside 50 goes to kick from the Borough, but it's going to be cut off. And the mark is taken there by Duffy. North without the likes of the returning veteran Ryan Hobbs and Harry Loader. So Duffy's going to have a big afternoon with the task on Hutt. Kicked 7 last week. Sanders got an unkind bounce. Ball's wrapped up there by Carey. And we'll get a ball up. Pretty much on true half-forward flank region here at the Marty Bush Reserve, right in front of us here. Ground bathed in beautiful sunshine. Should be a cracking afternoon. McCallum, again decisively, was looking for Cramry. Put the stiff arm out. Keel said, "You're going nowhere." Umpire's going to make a call in front of the Big Borough faithful. Let it go. Banbury doing the tackling and we'll lock things up. But Cramry did put the arm out, did go to the ground, didn't cleanly dispose of the ball. Been closely watched by Luke Keel at every ball up thus far. Big fist there by Kirby. Latch. Gave off the Sanders. Right foot kick will be paid the distance. Polkinghorn fisted away. Leonard, now on his preferred side, thumps the ball towards half forward. Keefe worked his way to the front against Glover. Couldn't mark. Fascinating matchup, that one to keep our eyes on. McCartan is wrapped up in the tackle. It's true centre forward will get a ball up. Keefe, of course, last time these two sides played, had the job on quick. With Glover back in the lineup from the Collingwood VFL system. Has to change roles. On cue, wrapped up. Hand pass comes at the back, looking there for Leonard again. Slipping over Sanders. Umpire waves play on. Wasn't contact below the knees, wasn't high contact in his eyes. 3.5 minutes going in the opening term. We'll get another restart. North Ballarat lead things here by goal. Umpires picked their free kick over the shoulder. It's going to go the big man way of Kirby. Gave the handball off immediately. Dalhouse looks to come broadcast side looking for Hutt. Just caught from behind him between a couple. Lamb did well backing back and showed a good set of hands and marked. Mark over the shoulder. Either way you can take it. So an opportunity for Elliot Lamb. Playing a bit higher up the ground with the, I guess, the A grade is inside forward 50 now. Looks to go inside 50 with the kick. Polkinghorn's a natural target, won't get there. Floating across, nice mark, taken there by Dalhouse, who's been everywhere to start things here for the Borough. 33 and 39 disposals in his 2 games thus far. Goes down the middle, found Hutt. 9 goals as well from the midfield, isn't too shabby as well. 6 last week against Melton South. This man, Hutt, kicks 7. Looks to come broadcast side, finds Kirby. He'll play on. Looks to go through centre forward, Keel. In front, couldn't take the grab, fisted away. Dalhouse weighing down, elected to leave for O'Keefe, who now swings it wide to Dalhouse, steps onto his number first side. Decides to drill the kick to centre forward, poking on with the fist, brought to ground. O'Shea with the hand pass off to Widgery, trying to craft something inside towards Forbes. Ball hit the turf. Well, good hand came in there from Sparkman. Ball still alive inside 50 for the Borough. Latch trying to get on his hands on this one. McCartan knocked it towards the boundary line. Will get a ball in. Been super impressed with Liam Latch in season 2023, coming across to Sebastopol. Averaging 22 disposals a game. In the absence of the likes of Cassidy in the midfield, he's gone inside in recent weeks and shown he's not just a one-trick pony. Back underway, Kirby again wins this one down. The big man does well to follow up his work and apply a tackle. One of the little 1%ers in the box that I'm sure will keep Mick Colombo happy. We're back underway. The wrestle continues. Kirby, well, doesn't get a hit out. Gets more of a foot in the air. Riding up to this one. Right foot kick. Looking for Cramry. Crashed the back. Couldn't take the mark. Ball hits the turf. Off here to Widgery. He'll dump a long one inside 50. He's going to get at the back. Loverson will lead the race. Hand pass was an ugly one, but well crafted there to Carey. He gets it out. Defensive 50 with a nice ball. Quick. Long way up. Put the stiff arm out. Now he got the young fella High Mason and dropped the footy. Well, points there to Liam Mason with the tackle. Drills it inside. He was looking for Hart, but Carey, loose man in the hole. Maybe just slightly rushed the attack. Carey went off his line. He has to go. Pulls the kick down the line. Quick. Makes a man's nice mark. Ben Hutt, watching him closely today, will have a tough task as he goes towards centre wing. Nice kick. Finds his targets. Taken there by Lamb. Sweeping ball at the top. Should find Leonard. Goes over the shoulder to Cramry. Wrong footed, but gives it off to Polkinghorn just behind him. Leonard made it look better. Dumps it towards full forward. Glover's out the back. Takes the mark on his chest. Just seems too easy at the minute from that transition from North Ballarat. At the front of the contest they went. Sammy Glover slipped Riley O'Keefe's pocket, and he'll line up from 15 metres out on a slight angle. Played 9 games in the VFL this season thus far, Sam Glover. Been their best 5 times. Went overseas for a month, got engaged, played last week, and now he's kicked the goal. Glover's first of the afternoon, North Ballarat second. They lead by 12 points here in the early stages of the Marty Bush Reserve. After wrestling back some momentum in the contest, you felt the Borough were just starting to build themselves into this one for a turnover inside forward 50. And a slingshot goal from North Ballarat has stamped their authority. And this is where they've been dominant in season 2023 through the centre clearances. Polkinghorn couldn't get his handle on that one. We'll get another ball up to restart. Polkinghorn, Leonard, Cramry, some big bodies, smooth movers as well. Veal's clearance was ricocheted towards centre wing on the broadcast side. Widgery got an unkind bounce. Sparkman off halfback, collected immediately. Got the hand pass somehow to Troon. Now riding, steps around to his natural side. Thumping kick towards centre forward. An absolute beauty to Quick. Didn't have to break stride. He marks. And might be in range with a slight breeze at his back. Umpire's going to bring him back over his line as he was going to line up from 55. But danger signs early here for Sebastopol. All the big guns getting involved for North Ballarat, and Quick will have to shoot from 55. A bit of breeze assistance. I don't think distance will be a problem. Jamie Quick, 31 goals at this level this season. Back from Geelong. Kick's going right to the line. Somehow it stayed in the field of play, and he almost just didn't quite kick through that one. He thought he had the distance covered, but wasn't his best strike, and it was touched on the line and gone through for a minor score. 2-1-13. North Ballarat Ballarat leads Sebastopol yet to score. Keel go quickly and find Veal. He was back to his best last week against Melton South, 31 touches. The left footer looks to go across his defensive 50. He's trying to find Paps, who's able to take the mark. Able to play on and flipped over the top in the hand pass in the Keel direction. Not pretty, but might work out here to Stowe. Steps around the whoopie tackle. The kick was an ordinary one towards centre wing. Still might get the front of the contest here for O'Shea. Fletcher also circling, couldn't get his handle on that one, and we'll get a ball up. Pretty much on true centre wing on the far side of the ground. Ryan Polkinghorn, the man intercepting and being tackled to the turf. Back underway. McCallum wins it down. Shooting at the back there for the Borough. O'Shea steps around traffic. Look for Hutt. Big fist by Loverson. Maybe had a case for some hands in the back. Turns to the umpire and says, "Where was my free kick?" I said, "No." Big fist has gone out of play. Just the attacking side of centre wing. North are set up well behind the footy. Loverson and Jenkins both loose at the moment. There's one more roll up to Toby Hutt and leave Clay Jenkins by himself in defensive 50. Keel. Couldn't quite gather. Veal was dumped as he tried to kick, and Polkinghorn goes towards Truce and R forward with the pass. Opportunity for Solomon. Line up by Crone. Did he drag it in? Umpire says no. At the front go North Ballarat again. Quick around the body towards the hot spot. Loose play is there for the Borough. Paps takes the mark and looks to come out towards the outer side. Keel's loose and should mark, although Loverson made good ground at the end. I'm not sure Keel knew he was coming. In the end, the big fella got across. Nice spoil and sorted out a play. Great start here for North Ballarat. They lead 2-1-13. The Borough yet to score. Of course, probably 8 or 9 of their regular senior players, as I mentioned in the pre-game, out today for Sebastopol. They are sitting second on the ladder. North Ballarat hot on their heels, chasing their 8th victory in a row in third. So another ball up will be from that one. The late inclusion, McMillan, going nowhere. One down by Kirby. Lamb, tackled there by Forbes. Ball spilled out, but then was right between the legs of Adam Forbes, so we'll get another ball up. Played 11 and a half minutes to kick things off here at the Marty Bush Reserve. One down by Kirby. Forbes, got the hands free. Sanders, right foot kick will go towards half forward, but it was too wide and out in the full. Carey's going to be the beneficiary. Umpire just being maybe slightly pedantic with the mark, but we'll get the restart underway here. Carey's going to play on. Dump a high one down the line. Nice mark taken there by Glover. Up to meet it a bit too easily. He'll go inside 50 with the kick, looking for Solomon. Crone with the big spoil. Kept alive inside 50 there by Loader for a moment, but he was pushed towards the boundary line. We'll get a ball in. Between Riding, Quick, Glover. Very threatening and potent attack for North Ballarat. We'll go back inside forward 50. Neither ruckman touch it. Both men wrestle. Big tackle applied there by O'Keefe. Will lock things up in his defence. Trying to step through the whippy tackle again was Loader. Back underway. One down by McCallum. Kicked off the deck. Might favour Glover. Puts his head over. Spin move was superb. Trying to get around the tackle, but umpire said going nowhere. We'll get a ball up. About 5 metres out from goal. Sebas can't just fist this one through. McCallum hits the hot spot instead. Ball comes free. Hand pass out will favour Paps. Advantage paid from the contest. He goes up top towards O'Shea. Pulls the kick in the Dean's direction. Missed him. Now Riding from 60. Hits the hot spot with the kick. Fisted away by the Borough defence. Quick went to the turf. Didn't have it. Umpire wave play on. Glover trying to come through. Can't go anywhere. Another ball will be the result. Pretty much at the tip of the top of the goal square. Back underway. Umpire's picked out a free kick and it's going to go the way of the big man Cam McCallum. Cardinals in. Remember the ruck infringement that far out from goal from Kirby. And the big fella's going to line up directly in front from 25 metres out. McCallum comes in and pops through North Ballarat's third of the day to start things off here. McCallum on the board as well. It's 3 goals, 119. Sebastopol still yet to score here at the Marty Bush Reserve. Goals to McCallum, Glover and Riding to start things off here for North Ballarat. The acting skipper's going to go into the ruck here, but the Barra just need to get their hands on it first and get the ball inside 50. It's been all North Ballarat really to start things here. McCallum will just take it out of the ruck. Good smother there by Dalhouse. Veal will get it inside 50 with the kick. Double fisted there by Jenkins will bring the ball to the ground. Hart steps around the whoopie tackler, has a vacant goal square to aim at, hits the pocket instead. In the end, Duffy will see it out of bounds and we'll get a ball in. It's definitely a new, younger look forward 50 when Hutt goes in the ruck. Inside 50 there they had Fletcher, Mason and Deans all there. All made their debuts 3 weeks ago against Lake Wendouree. McCallum follows it, so does Hutt. Normally likes to take these ones out of the air. There's Toby Hutt. Does so, gets the right foot snap, and just like that, I was going to say pops it through, but got the wrong kind of the bounce. It's a minor score. The Barra on the board, trail by 18 points. Carey just goes the required 15 and finds Troon. Has poking on over the top if he wanted, but looks to go a bit longer afield. He was in the Leonard direction, had the arms chopped, I thought, by Banbury. We'll get a ball in. Barra just needs to get their hands on the footy. North Ballarat slamming home the first 3 goals here after 16 minutes of play. Probably kicking with a slight breeze advantage, if anything, to the right of the screen, but pretty still afternoon here in Ballarat. McCallum wins it down. O'Shea spun back into traffic, was wrapped up by a couple North Ballarat midfielders in Cramry and Leonard. Hutt and big man McCallum to continue. McCallum wins it down. O'Shea tries to get the clearance, a bit too slow. Didn't clearly dispose of it. Umpire wave play on. Leonard spun his way through a tackle. And off the field. Umpires, I can only guess has to be from the scent. As Glover and Banbury off the footy. Sebastian going to take the advantage. Veal goes inside 50, looking for Mason. Fisted away, all numbers with North Ballarat. And Jenkins has the boundary line as his friend. We'll get a ball in. So about 50 metres off the field. Non-acting umpire heard or saw something he didn't like. Glover then went to ground. Well, took Banbury to ground and was on, but the Barra transition inside forward 50. McCallum wins it down. Dalhouse ran into his own man Wilkinson off the Hutt. Stepped the whoopie tackler once. Goes with the hand pass in the Widgery direction. Steadies from 35. Trying to bring it back, but not enough. Near side minor score. 2 behinds. The Barra trail. North Ballarat 3-1-19. Then Nash comes broadcast side and nice kick will find the target. Taken there by Duffy. Could go back to Nash. Doesn't and goes longer towards true centre wing. Hutt sets himself. Slightly tunnelled, umpire didn't see it. Latch at the back toward Paps. Now O'Keefe had to sit and wait. Got the handball away. Barra player went to the turf, umpire blindsided. Latch maybe caught one to the face. Had good action on this one on our broadcast side. Umpire was just blindsided. But starting to heat up, of course, between these 2 arch rivals. Sebastian trying to work their way back into the contest. Loverson did well, but fisted only as far as Sanders. Left foot kick will fall just inside 52 on favours North Ballarat. One by Mason made a contest, but numbers do prevail. Jenkins at the back. Inside kick will work out for the late inclusion. McMillan off the Carey. He dumps a long one down towards true centre wing. Big fist there by Banbury, but waiting down to North Ballarat. McCartans kicks off the instep. Foot race will be on in earnest. Quick will lead the race for North Ballarat. Try to push Hutt out of the way. He had the support there of Sanders. Hutt collects. Turns left, turns right, and twisting his way to find a target in Sanders. He goes across, face of defensive 50, finds his target in Stowe, who can continue on there towards Latch. Looks long. Deans is his target. Carey sets himself. Couldn't take the mark. McCartan, look away, hand pass, missed his target. Veal coming through. Drilled into the turf there by Loader. Ball spills free. Umpire says, give it to me. Just the attacking side, centre wing on the broadcast side in between the two coaches' boxes. Maybe slightly favouring North Ballarat. As we're about to ticking time on in the opening term. Kirby wins it down. Hand pass at the back favours North Ballarat towards Carey. Left foot kick towards centre half forward. Big fist by Paps. Waiting down was Leonard. Left foot kick will go inside forward 50. To no one in particular. The bouncing ball should favour Stowe. Couldn't quite get a handle on the big fella. Numbers are with the Borough. Fumble there by O'Keefe inside his own defence. Pull up is the result. Liam Stowe, in the absence of a few in defence, playing down there, seen him more traditionally in the ruck or in the forward line. On there by Loverson. Quick snap there by Quick. Pardon the pun. It's offline and out on the full. The Borough, you feel, have settled. Shell-shocked with some early goals to North Ballarat, whose class inside forward 50 has been on full display early. Banbury goes long. Wilkinson got his opponent early. Did it well. Nice mark taken by the veteran. Got a surprise recall last week against Melton South. Playing the reserves all season. Legend of the footy club. Goes with a spearing pass and finds Forbes. Showed his experience there, Wilkinson against young Sparkman. Forbes kicks into the man of the mark. Costly turnover. Riding looks for the 1-2. Didn't have to break stride. Now takes a bounce. Has acres of space in front of him. Has the third bounce. Jack Riding runs the 40 to light the goal of the day. Does it just like that. Wonderful finish from the VFL listed player at Werribee. 4 bounces and a nice goal from 40. You'll see that during the week. And again, it's a turnover and just some wonderful, wonderful skill from some of these highly talented VFL listed players from North Ballarat. Riding now has his second. Just stole it like a thief in the night. Got the 1-2, 4 bounces, goal. Back underway, hit the Marty Bush reserve. Loverson wins it down, was looking for Polkinghorn. McCartan up the square, got the hands free back to Loverson. He got it back to McCartan. Left foot kicks a scrubby one. Will favour North Ballarat, though. Oh, by Dalhouse, he got through one and then got the hands free to Kirby. Now to Keel. Tackled and got it off there to Crone, who goes inside 50 with a wobbly kick. Forbes got rid of his opponent, spills it at the back. Opportunity for Adam Forbes. Gets boots the ball and misses. Been in great goal-kicking form in season 2023 has Adam Forbes. 14 goals to his name. Of course, famously kicked 3 goals in last year in the preliminary final and was dropped for the grand final. Over the top, North Ballarat find the target. Mark's taken there by Troon. He'll go short to find McCartan. North happy to go into a bit of possession game. As they go long now towards centre wing. Glover went between his fingertips. Spills at the back. As the two big players collide, and we'll get a ball up. Between half forward and centre wing on the far side of the ground. Played 23 minutes in the opening term here. One down by Kirby. Glover's kick was smothered. Ricocheted back to him, though. As he dribbles one inside 50. O'Shea collected high, I would have thought. Umpire agrees with me. And he's slow. It's actually non-existent to get out. Umpires wave time off. And he looks in a really bad way. There's actually O'Shea here. We're going to have to wait for the trainers to make the long trip all the way from the broadcast side all the way over there. So a bad opening term for the Borough has gotten worse. With one of their only guys who have played every game in season 2023, and Connor O'Shea now sustained an injury. Just a Just drawn a long casualty ward that already has the likes of Lockyer, Hill, Keeble, Medwell, Dummett, Harvey, Snowden on the list. And he hasn't really moved too much since the contact. We'll now expect a long, lengthy delay, you would think, here at the Marty Bush Reserve. And I reckon they might be calling for the stretcher as players are going to make their way into their huddles. So, just trying to make his way to his feet now is O'Shea, so that's a positive sign, but in the help of trainers, who was on the furthest point from where the rooms are here, which are actually below us in our broadcast position here in the half-forward flank region, about 150 metres away from it, is Connor O'Shea in the hands of trainers. Can't put any real weight on his leg at the moment. North Ballarat doing the business though here. They're 4 goals, 1-25, leading Sebastopol to 3 behind. Couple of goals to Jack Riding. Single to Sam Glover and Cam McCallum. And it's just been their transition from the turnover that's been the exciting thing for North Ballarat, shooting for 8 wins in a row. After they kind of started this run back in round 7 when they defeated Sebastopol by 30 points. Sorry, back in round 7. And 7 wins in a row since. They've been tipped and poised to be one of the sides to be at the pointy end in season 2023. In 3rd place now. Sebastopol in 2nd. On the ropes a bit. And now an injury to Connor O'Shea. So Jack Banbury will be the one to get us back on the restart. O'Shea in the hands of trainers. Still making his way from the field. You'd suggest that his day is now done and the Borough down another rotation. Just hasn't been their year when on the injury front, as I've said. A number of A-graders missing already this afternoon. And one of the only players in season 2023 who's featured every week for them, now leaving in the hands of trainers. So Banbury restart inside defence. Looks corridor with the kick originally. Dalhouse is going to be the target from the back. Big fly from Jay Dalhouse. Couldn't take the mark with the specky. Bounced up like a cat though somehow. In fact, with 3 players. Was wrapped up. Quick kick forward. Getting back there was Troon off to Nash. Left-handed hand pass should be cut off by Kirby. He was looking towards Wilkinson. He didn't break stride. Troon couldn't find the target. Veal, now Kirby wrapped things up for Sebastopol on the far side wing. 22 points here at the Marty Bush Reserve. The Borough haven't looked at their threatening best for the footy. Riding his hand in everything. Kick towards half forward, got an unkind bounce and clean bowled a few. Hand pass over top there from O'Keefe. Finds Latch. Goes long down the line. Wilkinson at the front. Sparkman with the fist sees it out of play. Averaging 27 disposals a game this year. Josh Sparkman, 19-year-old at North Ballarat in number 1 jersey. Won't have the, vast expanses that he's used to at Mars Stadium to find all those little pockets of dead space where he can pick up some loose possession. Wilkinson also watching him pretty closely, I think. Cramry through the contest. Quick kick, not paid the mark. Sharp hands there by North Ballarat. Fell in the lap of Riding. He goes towards half forward. Banbury got a couple unkind bounces to work with. Had the support though. Now looks to come towards half forward. Nice kick, should find his target. Just pulled to the last second, found Deans. Looks across the Marty Bush Reserve towards Kirby. The big man will take the mark. North Ballarat are plenty behind the footy, so he can't just blaze away. Tries to laser one here at half forward and it's missed him. And the mark's taken down Bromley Lynch. And North Ballarat been able to slingshot the transition already so far. How will they go this time? Go short towards Troon. Held off the mark there by Veal, so couldn't go as quickly as he would have liked. Now he's going to go long towards half forward. Quick is the target. Couldn't take the mark. In the end, just try to fist it towards a teammate more than anything. Sanders got it to Veal off the Paps. Now to Banbury. Right kick's a beauty. Laced out, found his target in Mason. Here comes Corridor. Kick's going to be good to Dalhouse. He takes the mark. Transition on the far side will favour Latch. He'll take the mark. Has Keel working for him. Pulls the kick in his direction. And the coach will take the mark, 50 from goal. Hutt leads to the pocket. The kick's going to bounce at his bootlaces. Spun in the dime nicely to Toby Hart. Looks across the face of goal. Hits into the Mason direction. Did he have front on contact? Umpire said no. Dalhouse tried to keep it in. Polkinghorn did. Gave it to his brother and Ryan. Dumps the kick out in the full here on the broadcast side. An opportunity for Sanders on 50 to bring it in the field of play. I reckon Borough faithful felt a bit unlucky. Liam Mason collected some front on contact. But here at the almost 30-minute mark, they hit the top of the square through Sanders. Hutt from the side, couldn't take the mark. Weighing down was Deans. Off the deck goes Dalhouse. It's across the face and will dribble out in the pocket. Acting skipper and Hutt floated from about 3 deep and just couldn't hang on. He's their leading goal kicker in season 2023 with 31. Wearing the glove this afternoon, but has such great hands. And just couldn't cling on as we approach quarter time. McCullum wins it down. Polkinghorn going nowhere. But the 4th time I've seen the big man Kirby lay a tackle. So his follow-up work's been super this afternoon. Neither Aikman touch it. Keo at the back there. It was Dalhouse. Tries to bend it a long way around the body. Didn't get purchased on the kick. Troon gives it away there towards Lamb. Kicks a good one. Duffy sliding and takes the mark. North Ballarat just looks to slow things down as we approach quarter time. He goes across defensive goal and should find Polkinghorn. Unopposed, he'll take the mark and drill one down towards centre wing and finds a target in Leonard. North Ballarat just outworking the Borough at the minute on the transition. The kick's a good one towards half forward. Marks taken there by Glover. He'll go inside 50 with the kick. Quick's in the pocket. Perhaps just floating back, got a fist there. And just grazed it with a knuckle as the ball's gone out of play deep into the left forward pocket. Expecting, of course, a long term due to the injury to Connor O'Shea. A 4-minute delay there. As we've played now 31.5 minutes here at the Marty Bush Reserve. Back underway, inside 50 for North Ballarat. Another goal for them. We're absolute gold dust in this contest. Cramry at the front, lurking. So was Quick. Borough did well to hold things up. About 20 metres out from goal. And from going into quarter time, maybe with a chance to hit one back on the scoreboard, they're now defending for their lives. Neither Ruckman touch it. Kirby comes away with it, just dumps it out to the outer side. Should be coming back. Hutt's from the side, trying to make a contest. Does hit the turf. Might open the door for the small defenders to get it out. Sanders with the tackle. Leonard stripped of it. Latch involved. Hand pass out to Forbes. There's an ugly sort of kick for Mason to come around to. Couldn't quite gather. North Ballarat with the numbers. Polkinghorn with the hand pass. Towards the outer side they go. Inside 50 was looking for Quick. Glover at the back. Spin move. Left foot snap there from Solomon. Simon was sound as Quick was coming into goal. And as the quick conversation of the score will count, I believe it won't. Wait for the goal umpire signal before we throw it away from here. Is going to call behind, so the score will count in the end. And it'll be 4-2, 26 at quarter time. North Ballarat leading Sebastopol to 3 behinds. We'll take a break here and unwrap things from the opening term. Been a fascinating contest and a great start for North Ballarat here. Round 4 in action live from the Marty Bush Reserve. Welcome back to the Marty Bush Reserve, where it's quarter time in our match of the round here in round 14 action in the McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League. Second place, Sebastopol on 3 points, trailing North Ballarat 4-2-26. The third place side in the competition. Couple of goals to Jack Riding. Singles to Cam McCallum and Sam Glover, but it's that combination inside 50 of Quick, of Riding, and of course of Glover, who was causing some major headaches here for that Sebastopol defence that is, of course, slightly depleted through injury. Still missing, of course, their inspirational captain, Tony Lockyer, down there. It was a late withdrawal, well, from the extended bench that he's named on Thursday. We're back underway here. McCallum wanted down straight to Keel, so we'll get a secondary ball to restart. Barra maybe kicking with a slight breeze advantage here to try to come back in the contest. Dalhouse wraps up Cramry. It was that influential in the victory last time these two sides, but it hasn't featured as prominently to start here. Kirby wins this one down. Leonard wrestles there with Veal. Two hard-nosed left-footed midfielders going to battle. We've got a third restart here for the second term, and McCallum wins it down. Hodgson with the hand pass. Polkinghorn got it back to Hodgson. Good tackle there by Dalhouse. Tries to come out the front of the contest. One, don't argue, took him on. Somehow got a free to Veal. Left foot kick will go towards half forward. Bounces on. Sparkman and Hutt, the two number ones, collide, and ball heads out, and we'll get a ball in between half forward and centre wing on the broadcast side. Tacking into the field for Sebastopol. It's been North Ballarat all afternoon. Kicked the first goal of the game in the opening 30 seconds. We're back underway with McCallum winning it down. Hutt coming through. We'll go inside 50 with the kick. Forbes sliding in on his knees, takes the mark, tucked against the pocket. And from experience, not the deepest pocket here to shoot from. Pretty shallow. Might favour the kick. Just has to hit the middle of the goal face here, Adam Forbes. Sorry, kicked the one behind. Comes in with the kick. It's a nice strike, but it was always near side. And another blemish, another behind. It's 4 behind Sebastopol now. 4-2-26 is North Ballarat. As we'll just wait for the footy to come back from the Velodrome end. But Ned Nash will bring it back in for the visitors. Looks to go long towards the other outer side. There's a nice pass. Mark's taken there by North Ballarat. As I have Cranmery centre back if they want to, does Polkinghorn, but decides to go long towards centre wing. Quick from the side, couldn't take the mark. Umpires picked out a free kick and holding the ball. Going to come back and go the way of Sebas. It was an early whistle, must be said, but it's going to go the way of Widgery. Back in line this week, missed the last couple through injury. Go short. Mark's taken there by Bailey Veal and true centre wing on the outer side. Been in and out in season 2023. Back at his best last week with 31 disposals and the win over Melton South. Goes long inside 50 with the kick. Hutt from the side, got a fist in there, brought it to ground. Cramry picked it up at full stride, runs his full measure and goes inside with a hand pass to a teammate. North Ballarat to Polkinghorn, just dumps out to a vacant centre wing here on the broadcast side. Glover tripped over, will open the door here for O'Keefe. He'll come away with it and just pulls the kick on the head there of Wilkinson back and back. Couldn't take the mark, just slapped it forward in more hope than anything. Paps got the fumble. North Ballarat the numbers. McMillan gave it off. Now Polkinghorn will go towards half forward. O'Keefe's got the spot. Couldn't take the mark. Glover did well with the fist. Brought it to the ground. 3-on-1 for Sebastopol. O'Keefe getting back. Did well. Pulls the kick again. Asks the Stowe to go for it. McMillan, though, the late inclusion, did take his eyes off it. And Taj McMillan will go towards the corridor. Dangerous kick. 2-on-1 favour the Borough. The one is Troon. Did well against the couple, but the numbers do prevail. Keel gave it off to Kirby. Stepped back into traffic. Left foot kick. Carey couldn't gather. Keel threw his weight around. Carey now at the left foot kick to Cramry. That was clever. Polkinghorn steps around his natural side. Dumps it inside 50 towards, I think it was towards Glover, but Hutt read it best of the boot and slid in, took the mark. Spearing pass. Centre half back is a good one. Dalhouse, who copped some attention, will play on immediately from true centre half back. looking towards Forbes. Reached so top, couldn't take the mark. Now Fletcher has Deans, who's just come off the bench. Wants to go longer towards Pabst. Got it. Started the opening term in defence, trying to stem the bleeding. He's get 25 goals in season 2023. The ultimate swingman's now gone forward. And the 4-minute mark of the second term has marked. And the first real academic shot on goal coming up from Sebas. First real forward entry that had a bit of purpose about it. The number 4, Hugo Paps, takes the mark directly in front from 35 metres out. Comes in and pops it through. Step 1 complete there for the Borough. They move to 1 goal, 4-10, trailing North Ballarat 4-2-26. I'll draw your eyes back to about this time last season. It was actually at the Mars Stadium, North Ballarat versus Sebastopol. The Borough trailing at half-time. Hugo Paps was the swingman that day, went forward, kicked 4 goals in the second half and got the Borough home. Goes forward in the second term, kicks one off here. Will history repeat itself? Let's get back underway here at the Marty Bush Reserve. One down there by McCallum. Notha doing the tackling there on Leonard. Lock things up. So we'll get a second ball up to restart. Been a fascinating battle, 2 men in the ruck. Both had their own influence on the contest in some way or the other. Kirby more the way of possession, goes to left foot kick towards half forward. Polkinghorn backing back, couldn't take the mark. Deans with an opportunity maybe. Inside 50, hot footy be one. Opportunity here for the Borough. Fletcher around the whoopie tackler, lines up the goal face. Paps backing back, won't take the mark, and a go through for a minor score. 1-5-11. Trails 4-2-26. 6 scoring shots apiece. Scoreboard starting to tell a bit of a story of its own. The Borough have worked their way back into this one at home at the Marty Bush Reserve. Short pass out the fence is a bad kick from North Ballarat. It's hit Widgery on the chest. He will mark. Normally a straight and reliable kick. Distance here from just outside 50 might test him. One of the more experienced charges at the Borough these days, Daniel Widgery. For maybe 2 in a row for Sebastopol from right on 50. Kicks it off the outside of the boot and will be lucky to scrape through for a minor score, which it doesn't. His time again, maybe should have gone a bit quicker and not taken the shot on because distance was always going to be a worry, and trying to go for that distance, he's lost all accuracy. Out in the full, 1-5-11, trails 4 goals to 26. 7 minutes into the second term here in round 14 action in McDonald's Ballarat Football League, Netball League live from the Marty Bush Reserve. So Carey will bring things back in for North Ballarat. Told to go. Long and wide and high is his option. O'Keefe best set from the behind, couldn't get there. Glover floated in nicely, took the mark. Glover goes down the lines, looking for the lead of Hutchins. Well played by Banbury from the side, made a contest. Couldn't take the mark, but got the ball out of bounds. As the Borough just slowly building some momentum back into this one. Kicking to the right of screen in this term. Slight breeze advantage from traditionally the scoring end here at the Marty Bush Reserve is the Velodrome end, as it's known humbly around the traps here. The entry throw-in's a little bit short. Neither up can get there. Hutt missed it. As over the shoulder, quick with a bit of attention. Plenty of history there. Van Hutt will go from centre wing here on the broadcast side. Looks towards true centre forward to kick. Backing back with Sparkman. Didn't really want it. Paps up to meet the contest. Comes free towards centre half back and towards Troon. Nice dance move, just handballs into space. Foot race on in earnest will favour Lamb. Gives it off to Quick. He has it. Looking for Glover inside, forward 50. With the one hand, couldn't take the mark. Hits the turf, Sockers to his own advantage. Banbury chases, does well, does Jack Banbury, and clears and finds the target. Well played, Banbury, as he found Liam Latch on the other side. Latch, now long and high towards centre wing. Sets a task for Paps, ball at the turf. Quick snap there by the Borough, will go inside 50 when nobody's home. Loveson, the loose man there, will get this. Lopes out the fence with the right foot kick, and it's a nice one. juggling attempt, and the mark's taken there by Duffy. As North Ballarat go back into this control that we've seen this afternoon from their halfback. When they go in a wave of numbers. But methodically trying to work their way out this one through Jenkins now. He kicks towards centre wing to the big man McCallum. Too tall and too big and too strong. Takes the mark. Handball off as they elect to go now. Brumley Lynch towards half forward. Troons the target. Hutt from the side. Couldn't take the grab. Made a contest. Opens the door here for Sebastopol. O'Keefe gives off to Ben Hutt. He kicks towards Fletcher here in the wing. Nice mark. Confidence booster for the youngster. Takes in front of Riding. Look towards the corridor. Wants to bite something off. Big man McCallum's in about 3 or 4 of them. Spills at the back. Foot race will favour here. Latch just needs a kind bounce. Bearing down at him was Carey. Got him. Somehow got the handball away there towards Widgery. Stepped around the whoopie tackler from 55. Kicks across the face of goal. Wilkinson takes the mark. Well played, Wilco. As he takes the grab 15 metres out. And the veteran's going to line up for his first goal of the season. As well, a bit of a lateral. Waiting for the North Ballarat player to get off the ground, but Jacob Wilkinson, of course, the veteran, played most of his footy, to pretty much all his senior footy for Sebastian defence. Played the reserves this season as a forward. Got in such good form they had to keep picking him. Played last week against Melton South, had 16 disposals, didn't kick a goal. But now he's got one, and they'll come from everywhere. 2 in a row for the Borough as they're building a bit of momentum back into the contest here. Back-to-back goals from Sebash shows despite their long injury list that they have building, they do bat deep. Have the guys like Wilkinson waiting in the reserves, and he hits the score sheet here to make it 2-5-17 to North Ballarat 4-2-26. We've got a packed house here at the Marty Bush Reserve for round 14 action, McDonald's Ballarat Footy League. Riding with the clearance, we'll go towards half forward. McCartan got away from Lawler. Ran his full measure in the end. Right foot kick. Fortuitously almost hit the lap there at Hodgins. He just goes off the deck inside 50. Riding follows up. Takes a nice spin move. Takes on the tackle. Out the back towards Leonard. Snap around the body. Glover's loose in the square. Waits for his chest. And again, it's the cream rising to the top from North Ballarat. Well played, Jack Riding. And well played there by Sam Glover. Just waiting in the goal square by himself when O'Keefe committed up to the contest. He'll have no problem going back to kick his second. Directly front from 15 metres out. And the instant response from North Ballarat is there. 5 goals, 2-32 leads 2-5-17. Sam Glover joins Jack Riding as the only multiple goal kickers on the ground. Again, it's danger signs from that midfield. Riding, injecting himself in there. Got the clearance originally. Worked his way forward. Follow-up work was superb. And he created that goal single-handedly. He's been sort of the difference in the contest with a couple of goals and set up now a couple himself. Kirby wins it down. Reaching on top there was Crammer. He couldn't get it from Vealsgraves. Follow-up tackle was good by Bailey Veal, and we'll get a secondary ball up to restart. Just as Sebas built themselves into the contest with back-to-back goals, North get one against the grain. First goal of the day to the left of screen. Neither up and touch it. Veals, right foot clearance, will go bouncing inside forward 50. Opportunity here for Mason, wrong-sided. Pulls the kick on his non-preferred towards Forbes. Worked his way to front, couldn't take the mark. Now Nash will clear long and high towards the other side. Banbury and Solomon. Banbury did well with the fist. Put the ball to ground on 50. Shake to make one tackle, couldn't take on the second. Got one high. Well, that's stray arm, and Banbury will now have an opportunity to shoot from goal from outside 50. Here's a thumping kick, so not beyond him. Runs his full measure, unloads a bomb, a straight bomb, a long bomb, and a great goal. One of the most improved in season 2023. Jack Banbury gets through the big sticks. It's goal for goal here at the Marty Bush Reserve. That was a really important goal by Sebastopol there and by Banbury. More or less, as North Ballarat, we saw their class with the last goal. I keep harping on it, but then Sebastopol just find a way to grind their way back onto the score sheet midway through the second term. Momentum has swung once again to favour the home side. Kirby wins it down. Lamb put the stiff arm out. Noth are trying to steal, followed up with the tackle. Umpire says, give it to me and I'll throw it in the air. 8 scoring shots from the Borough to 7. Only sees them trail here by 9 points now. One down there by Kirby. Hand pass off in the Lamb direction. Right foot kicks into a dangerous spot. Dallas had to sit and wait. Slight fumble. And he's wrapped up by Capel. You've seen the time, the hype and the presence of Dalhouse is certainly there. Little in stature, but his attack on the foot is ferocious. Loverson with the hand pass. Troon. Ran into that one with Sanders. We'll get another ball up towards the centre of the ground. As North Ballarat look to some of their bigger body midfielders here to get on top. Quick now been injected around the contest as well. They had a bit of speed. Kirby got rid of his opposing ruckman, and with the outside of the foot kick will go towards centre half forward. Bouncing ball spills at the back. Might open the door here for Forbes again. Carey coming across did well. Sockers it towards the boundary line as him and Forbes collided. Appeals from Barra faithful for some insufficient attempt. Not going to see that as we'll get a ball in a dangerous spot for Sebastopol. We continue to get Aaron Forbes at the back. His foot speed and pace is looking like a lively option for them. Loverson over top wins this one down. Picked up by the Borough. Going nowhere there was Wilkinson, one of the Sebastopol players on the score sheet. Kirby tried to take it there. High tackle maybe. Umpire says no, trying to ride it and spin his way. That was Dalhouse. Umpire on the spot, saw it well and said we'll throw it in the air once again. Down to Dalhouse again, tries to bust his way through. Umpire said no prior opportunity. Just so explosive. You just wait for him to break those tackles and really get a real good shot at it. Darius knocked down in the latch direction. Come across there was Keel. Boundary line wins out once again. North Ballarat's defence holding up. We'll get a ball in. Back underway. Inside 50. Dalhouse. Quick snap on goal. It's touched. As the crowd rose to my right. He only needs a sniff. We can see the excitement. But it was touched on the line for a minor score. 8 points margin. North Ballarat look to come towards the broadcast side. Jenkins with it. Long and high is the option. Big fly over the top from Hotchins. Glover waiting down. Almost got it. Hand pass back off the Dalhouse. Snaps and hits the hot spot. Kirby got it. Momentum has certainly changed here. And the pro waves of the Borough football out the front of the contest they go. Dalhouse involved again. Quick snap, marked by the big man Arnold Kirby. He's going to line up to make it only a 2-point ball game here at the Marty Bush Reserve. For East Standers, maybe had his colours slightly lowered the last time these two sides met. McCullum was best on ground. I feel, even though McCullum's hit the score sheet, Kirby's leading the battle this time round with maybe a slight point to prove. Arnold Kirby comes in and pops it through for Sebas. 2 points now the margin. Game on here at the Marty Bush Reserve. Big man from the territory, Arnold Kirby kicks his first goal of the afternoon, resting at full forward at the minute. The modern day ruckman gets 20 possessions a game and now hits the score sheet as well. As Hunt gets the clearance. Off the deck went Carey. Latch will get there first. Can the Ballarat take the lead? As he goes inside 50, he's looking for Kirby again. Doesn't favour him the kick. And North Ballarat's defence, which is under siege at the minute, sees it out. And this is where you look at North, and we talked about the Barra's injuries. Well, you look at that end, you've got no Loader and you've got no Hobbs. That clear key post, I guess, of North Ballarat of recent seasons not there. The Barra trying to capitalise on that as they've got the momentum kicking to the right of screen with a slight breeze advantage. Neither Ackman touch it. Kirby, right foot snap towards the goal face. It was near side. Bouncing ball was always the wrong side of the post. And that behind makes it a 1-point ball game. 4-7-31 to 5-2-32. North Ballarat under all sorts of pressure. Long and wide to the outside. O'Keefe got rid of Glover. Well played, took the mark. Points to Ruck on that occasion. Wobbly floating ball was into the pocket, and fortuitously he's fallen in the lap there, Adam Forbes. No checking from North Ballarat's defence. It wasn't the greatest kick from O'Keefe, but hit a chest. He'll say he meant it. And for the third time today, Adam Forbes will look at the goal face. Hasn't got one between the big sticks. Keeps this one low and keeps it to the near side to level the scores here. 4-8-32, 5-2-32. The Ballarat Cross trailed by 23 points the first break. Have burst back into life as we're ticking the time on in the second term. Short ball from North, finds his target, Sparkman with it. Call the go as he dumps a long one down the line. O'Keefe from the back, couldn't quite hang on. As we'll get another ball up to lock things up. Bit of push and shove continues. Riley O'Keefe, Sam Glover involved. It's been sort of the hot topic here at the Mighty Bush Reserve all days thus far. It's been the sting in that contest, and McCallum's clearance is smothered. O'Keefe backing back was drilled in the tackle. Another ball that would result in true centre wing. Neutral territory, game as neutral as you can get. Even money at the minute at the Mighty Bush Reserve. Momentum certainly with the home side. Undermanned but not outdone as Polkinghorn goes towards half-foot, riding, sliding in, could take the mark. Crone goes out the back towards Banbury. Spearing pass, will only go as far as the big man in McCallum. He takes the mark and swings it wide. Finds Troon. Nice measured pass, finds the target in Loader. Too far at the score, of course, 75 from goal. Waits for the cavalry to arrive, heads in the riding direction from the front. Nice mark taken by the Borough. Ben Hutt has an important job in defence this afternoon on Jamie Quick, and arguably has the points at the minute. Goes short. Nice park will find Lawler. Looks corridor, and the corridor kicks a good one as the 233 collide there. Dalhouse takes the mark. Running pass was Lawler, got the run return. Will run his full measure, goes inside 50. Kick didn't have enough on it. Nash backing back, takes the mark, was in the Kirby direction. And Ned Nash goes down the middle, finds Loverson. He just dumps one as long and high as he can. Going to be tough to mark in these windy conditions. Bounce on the point. Notha comes out the front of the contest. Drills one inside 50. Wilkinson's caught from behind. Turned the role of defender. Tried to spoil. In the end, he just collected Sparkman as the ball bounced out of play. We'll get a ball inside 50 for Sebastopol. We'll take it from a win after that entry kick. Probably wasn't the greatest one to the advantage. The last couple entries have been quite shallow from the Sebast midfielders. We're back underway. Kirby wins it down. Coming through was Dalhouse with explosion. Troon getting back. Got it to a teammate. And again, North to just go long, high and wide. Hutt waiting outside 50. The acting captain takes the mark. Maybe too far out to score. Uses the full measure of his run up to get towards the top of the goal square. Big fist away from North Ballarat's defence as they quickly clear to the outer side. Hutt again. Not paid the mark. Sanders comes away. Lawler run down from behind. Gone. Holding the ball. Cranberry bearing down. Got him. And of course, former AFL footballer, most notably with Essendon. Has it, number 13. Hasn't been at his influential best this afternoon. Kicked 3 last week in the victory against Redan. has gone short and found the target as North spread it wide to Carey. Had plenty of it in defence as Isaac Carey gets it about 19 times a game in season 2023. Missed the first half of the season, been a regular since. Forbes from the back, didn't touch it. Umpire wave play on despite that. Polkinghorn, another one who probably hasn't been at his influential best, is wrapped up and a ball up in true centre wing. Riley Polkinghorn, 33 disposals a game on average, if you don't mind. Has a great track record against Sebastopol. Being well hailed this afternoon. Will he inspire and lift this side as things is level here at the 25-minute mark, and we're on true centre wing, virtually opposite of our broadcast position on the far side of the ground. Back underway. Both men go down in the ruck contest. Spills out here for the Borough. Trying to come through there was Forbes off the deck there. Only as far as Carey. Now off to Cramry. Steadies up on his natural side. Pulls the kick in the quick direction. Bounces his feet. Hutt with him. Keel adds the support. Left foot kick will go towards the half-forward line. Loverson lopes after it and gets the hand pass away to Carey. Nice ball inside. Should find the target in Lamb. At full stretch, he takes the mark. Could come across the ground. Decides to go towards centre wing more. Hutton quick again. Continue the battle. A nice fist there by Ben Hutt. Sees that of play. Of course, replay from last year's elimination final. Sebast finished third. North Ballarat finished sixth. The Borough victorious that afternoon at the Eastern Oval. Jamie Quick, of course, involved in a bit of controversy with Ben Hutt on the bit of a scuffle on the boundary line. No, many haven't forgot about that one. Might have involved some hot chips and gravy. You tell me if you remember the story. We'll go back underway here in centre wing from the other side. Polkinghorn lifts and gets the clearance towards half forward. Bounce on the point. Banbury is taken over the line. We'll get 8 ball in. Numbers been good in season 2023 for Jack Banbury. Last year, played the majority of his footy on sort of a wing. He's gone the half back this year, even deeper in defence at times, and has just really excelled. As off the footy, Ben Hutt and Jamie Quick getting involved, and Hutt held up quick, and it's a costly indiscretion because Quick will get a line up at the goal face on a 45-degree angle, 45 metres out. As the Borough had built all the momentum as we approach half-time, Jamie Quick, well, will certainly put the side in front of his scores here. Would just be a matter of it's by a point or 6. Here the boos coming from the grandstand. Jamie Quick will line up from 45. Kick is on its way. That's beautiful. And against the grain, he tells Ben Hutt all about it as he puts North Ballarat back in front here. 38 leads 32 at the Marty Bush Reserve. And like it is in modern footy these days, you kick a goal, put your side back in front, and then you head to a spell on the bench. Quick win the free kick, put his side in front. Back on the way here, big tackle there by Lawler. Wrap things up for a secondary ball up to restart here. 90 minutes probably go in the second term. Goal either way is massive, of course. Hand pass off there by North Ballarat. We drew the follow-up. Has locked things up. Looking for a quick 1-2. They couldn't quite get out of there. As we've got a blood rule. North Ballarat player made his way off the ground, but Tom Bromley Lynch is the man. Already been off once, going off for a second time. Changed his jersey. Might need to think about changing it again. Quick then makes his way back on the ground. We're waiting for a long time here to get Jamie Quick back into position from that in neutral territory. Well, we'll get the restart here at the Marty Bush Reserve. 29 minutes gone in the second term. McCallum and Hutt. Neither tucks it really. Forbes off the wing will get the clearance. goes towards half forward. Pabst got it. Got a great leap on him and rises up there and takes it. He's kicked one already. This will have to be his best effort from just outside 50. Bit of breeze assistance will help him get the distance you'd hope, for the Borough's sake anyway. Hugo Pabst in the dying moments of the second term to try and level things here again at the Marty Bush Reserve. It's very close to the man of the mark, just so he can get the distance. It won't make it. Falls in the square. Javelin attempt is taken. And the mark is paid to the big man, Arnold Kirby. North Ballarat trying to appeal that they got a touch on him, but first and last hands were in the hands of Arnold. So, hey, Arnold. In the pocket. Will he go check side or left foot? Looks like he's going to load up on his right. Wasn't in the goal square, so doesn't get the beneficiary of getting straightened up. Outside the boot. He's got it. Level things up again here at the 30-minute mark of the second term. Arnold has two. And the Borough have their fifth goal of the afternoon. So the big man, hey Arnold Kirby, joins the likes of Sam Glover and Jack Riding as Melbourne goal kickers this afternoon. Had a big term as the big man from the Territory. Kicked a couple of goals, of course, but his influence in the ruck's been important. He's been well supported by the acting skipper and Hutt today, actually, in doing so. And now he's got the hot hand. He can rest at full forward and use his bigger frame in terms of sitting underneath the footy, and Hutt sort of give him a bit more of a mobile option around the ground. So Nick Colombo showing that there's a few tricks in his arsenal. 5-8-38 to 6-2-38, dying stages of the second term. And the opening half. Callum tried to come away with it. Spun 360 was Keel. Umpire waved play on, said he tried, I guess. Didn't really get a clean shot on it. And eventually we do get a ball up for the restart. Middle of the ground. Dying embers of the second term. We're back underway. McCallum wins it down, and the siren does sound here in what was a fascinating second term. It's clear to the right of screen is your scoring end today, ladies and gentlemen. And it's all square as it started. Well, for at least 25 seconds or so in the opening term. 5-8-38, 6-2-38. We've got a game on our hands here. You couldn't expect anything better in the Ballarat Football Netball League's second and third place side. We're going to take an extended break and be back for what is going to be a cracking second half of footy here, live in round 14 action in the McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League.
The McValue Bundle at Macca's. A choice of your favourite burgers, together with fries and drinks for just $26.95. Did we just find something the whole family can agree on?
Ballarat Football Netball League Round 13 Top 5s. We start with Melton's Braden Kite. He puts on his own dusty magic with this Don't Argue, and he finishes off with a great goal.
Steadies from 48, lines up the goal, and kicks one of the wonderful goals of the season. A bit of individual brilliance by Braden Kite, and Melton go bang, bang, bang.
We head to City Oval now, where Stuart Cramery for North Ballarat got it going for the Roosters early in the first term. He was able to find the football out of the pack, snap it across the body, kicks a good goal. Get onto this defensive mark by East Point's Den Luau. A great defensive effort.
That's a confidence booster if I've ever seen one on debut.
This dribbler by Redan's Isaac Grant, just special. He dodges his opponent and then dribbles it home late in the final term. We roll on to Ballarat's Paddy Simpson. The ball kicked inside 50. Simpson able to run it off, put the afterburners on, and then he slots it home for the Swans from the pocket. Not bad if you ask me. And he gets a few high fives for his efforts.
push buttons to park magically. Push buttons to park.
Welcome back to the sunny and beautiful Marty Bush Reserve for round 14 action, McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League. And we're back to how we started. Scores are level. 5 goals, 8-38. Sebastopol lead North Ballarat 6 goals to 38. Scores, of course, square with Glover and Riding 2 goals apiece for the Roosters with Quick and McCallum on the score sheet. Kirby leads the way for Sebastopol, 2 goals for him with singles to Wilkinson, Pabst and Banbury. Different avenues for goal this afternoon for the Borough. Paps on the score sheet. No goals, though, to their spearhead and Toby Hunt. Wilkinson has his first of the season. Banbury has his fourth. Kirby has his fifth and sixth. Whilst for North, it's been the more usual suspects, as I said. And those top line trio, I guess, if you will, the VFL listed trio in Riding, Glover and Quick, have all had moments in this contest. And North look good on the spread, on the counter-attack. In that last term, the Borough were able to sort of just stranglehold them on the far side of the ground, and they were forced to dump long and high down the line constantly, which suited the Sebastopol defence. They were able to just essentially get back on the score sheet with weighted numbers, 13 scoring shots to 8. Tells a story you would think the home side should be further in front, and having led all day, North's, I guess, cream has continued to rise to the top of the crop, and that's why the scores are level. Of course, second playing third, as both sides are just going through their final bits of routine and warm-ups. Has been pretty much a picture-perfect afternoon this afternoon thus far at the Marty Bush Reserve. Right of screen, definitely the scoring end. A few trees indicating a bit of breeze there. Wouldn't have said it was a 4-goal breeze like the scoreboard suggests, but that is what's been the story thus far here. And if you Luke Keel, just down in that Sebastopol chat, talking to a lot of young chargers here, saying this is why we're here, and this is why we're in the contest. You've got the likes of Mason, Fletcher, Deans, Lawler, Sanders. Haven't played a lot of senior footy here for Sebas, or at all for some of those kids. Getting exposed to the big time this afternoon. Of course, Nick Sanders played plenty. One of the men out of the St. Joey's Footy Factory. Produced some of the best talents across country Victoria. And then you go into the AFL, you look at the Geelong Football Club, hosted with plenty of guys out of the Footy Factory. The electronic scoreboard has now been updated and tells me Sebastopol have a 1-point lead. I'm surprised by that. Don't know if Ken's in the box and falling asleep and pushing an extra button, but we're going to have to go with it, which tells me the Borough are up by a point. Guess we'll see when things continue on here, but we'll call it that way. Sebastopol leading here now with that correction. And Kirby's goal at the 32-minute mark put his side in front. Players moving to their final positions here to get for the restart. Sebastopol leading North Ballarat by 1 point. Your match around in round 14 action in the McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League. North, they need a lift from their midfield. Cramry hasn't done as much as he would have liked. Leonard was good early. Polkinghorn quiet. McCartan, now the captain, said, I'm going to go into midfield to try and make a difference. And we're off and running for the restart. The big man McCallum wins it down. Diving in there was Veal. Secondary ball will be the result. Happened a number of times, actually, that we've had secondary ball up to get proceedings back underway. Veal tackled immediately by Leonard. Been a good contest between those two chargers all afternoon. We'll get back underway for a third time now. McCallum wins down. Dalhouse, slight fumble, goes back into traffic, somehow extracts it. Forbes put the gas on, broke 2 tackles. The down Forbes kick was smothered. Falls in the lap there at Dalhouse, went fastly to Keel, bit too up for him. Off the deck there went McCartan. Quick kick goes straight towards the boundary line. Maybe some slight appeals for some insufficient attempt. Umpire says it was outside the boot from the clearing kick. We'll get a ball in back on true centre wing on the broadcast side. We're back underway. McCullum wins it down. Leonard coming through. Veal got him. Keel now will snap it inside 50. Wilkinson crashed the pack. Hutton forced to wait down. Found the lap of Wilkinson was trying to get out the front of Collins. Did he drag it in? Umpire says no. We'll get a ball up. The Borough yet to kick a goal to left of screen. Have it inside 50 here in the opening 90 seconds on the restart. Lead by point. Neither ruckman touch it. Dalhouse back into traffic. Over the shoulder. The Ferrari, Jay Dalhouse, has it 55 from goal. Looks left and right and decides to hit it in the air. Gives young Mason a chance to run jump at it. Fisted away in defence there by Bromley Lynch. Off the deck goes Latch towards the boundary line. We'll get a ball in. Wasn't Dalhouse's best entry. I think he was in two minds if he was capable with the distance. Decided to just hold it in the air. Still the run in the field though for Savas, who actually dominated the territorial battle all the afternoon. Quick hand pass from McCartan. Bromley Lynch brought to the turf. Over the shoulder, free kick will go the way of North Ballarat. They've been in this slow play a fair bit. Last term they seemed to get caught on the far side, but they'll be a bit more daring this time. Hit down the line, Glover's the target. O'Keefe works his way to the front and brought it to the turf. Hand pass from Lawler, only went as far as Glover. Run down from behind, stolen by McCartan. He turns on the afterburners, gives the handball back towards Polkinghorn. Lowers his eyes inside 50. Cremery from the side. Couldn't take the mark. Bounced the chest there of right. Ding. Perhaps with the hand pass goes to a teammate there. O'Keefe is wrapped up immediately. We'll get a ball up. North Ballarat had a chance to mark inside 50 through Jack Riding. Just bounced off his chest. And we're back underway. Kirby wins it down. McCartan missed it. In there for Sebastopol was a big man Kirby again with Dalhouse doing the tackling on Leonard. We'll get back underway for the restart. Neither ruckman touch it. Their jostle continues. Polkinghorn tried to come through hot. Couldn't gather. A slender 1 point lead the way Sebastopol has things here. Played almost 4 minutes in the third term. McCullum slaps it inside 50. Picked up by Quick. Around the body he goes. Near side bended too much. Levels the scores once again here at the Marty Bush Reserve. He's a hard matchup, Jamie Quick. Can see why he's been on the VFL list at Geelong, but plays taller than his size actually suggests. So good, and the last name isn't just a pun on it. He is lightning quick around the goal face. Couldn't bend that one through the big sticks. Banbury wants to come broadcast side, the attacking side of the Marty Bush Reserve. Lawler had protection from Forbes, couldn't take the mark. Now an opportunity here for Troon. Couldn't come away with it. Cramery slapped it only as far as Forbes. No left foot, so tries a little banana around the body, but only went as far as McCartan. He marks the attacking side centre wing. Drills it inside forward 50. Glover arrived late. Couldn't take the mark. Ball hits the turf. Sebas come away with it through a chain of hand passes. Fletcher will go long towards the outsides, looking for Pabst. Takes the mark. Has nothing really ahead of him. Wilkinson busting a gut to give him an option. That's where he goes. Jenkins will be on his hammer. Wilkinson and Jenkins. Two famous names of this football club. Hutt drills it towards a hot spot. It's touched off the boot. Widgery knows it. Plays on quickly. Snaps and goes. The quick thinking Bondi and Widgery heard the touch call from the umpire. Quickly settled, quickly snapped. And the inclusion this week puts Sebastopol back in front. 6 goals, 9-45. Lead 6-3, 39. First goal of the day to the left of screen for Sebastopol. Dan Wingery kicks truly. Only his 5th goal of the season, the goal-kicking midfielder. Of course, been out the last month or so through injury. One down there by Kirby, taken away by Polkinghorn. He'll go inside, 50 with a kick. Off hands, Sanders waiting down. Got the support there, O'Keefe. Hand pass is it towards the boundary line. That'll be a win for the Borough. Cranberry kept it in. McCartan in the back, says the umpire. Advantage taken. Troon hits towards a vacant goal square. Needs a kind bounce and a kind roll on. Won't get it. Banbury's tracking back. Elects to keep it in, and now it's escorted over the line. Minor score as a result. 5 points will now be the margin. Banbury plays on quickly. It's looking for Fletcher. Just overcooked the kick. Ball's gone out of play. We'll get a ball in. Borough fans before wanted a free kick made for incorrect disposal. North Ballarat got the advantage for in the back to Cranberry, and Troon went inside 50 and couldn't find a target. Minor score was the result. 5 points now the margin. Way of the home side. Defensive side of centre wing for them. Ball in from the bench throw in. Only failing McCallum, who got rid of his direct opponent Kirby. Off the Polkinghorn. Out the front they go. Lamb to the hot spot. Cranberry on his natural side. Left foot snap. North back in front. Smart finish by the veteran. And going forward to start this term has been a masterstroke by Brendan McCartney. Instant impact. Goal to Stuart Cranberry at the 7.5 minute mark. All of a sudden, it's a bit of goal for goal seesawing affair here at the Marty Bush Reserve. 1 point, the margin. North Ballarat led for majority of the afternoon, 7-4-46 to 6-9-45. We're back underway. McCallum wins it down only as far as Kirby, though. Off the instep. Missed Forbes. Polkinghorn had a good start to this one. Wins a free kick for some high contact. For his illustrious standards, averaging 33 disposals a game. It was quiet. Now gives us off the riding. They hit the hot spot. O'Keefe was marked and then infringed. As North Ballarat have started to flick the magnets a little bit. Taking back the lead as the short pass finds Kirby. Comes across the fence and finds Banbury. He's been super. Was listed as the Borough's best the last time these two sides met. Could be there again. That kick's a beauty. Stowe just came off the bench, takes the mark. Waits for Hutt to get down the line to give him a natural target. Keeps it very close to the boundary line. Fisted away there by Hutchins. Picked up by Widgery. Forbes steps back into traffic, copped it over the shoulder, free kick. Adam Forbes will have it. Plays on. Dumps a long one towards Paps and towards centre half forward. He's caught from behind. Used the body. Wow, well marked. Hugo wants to go quickly. Has men streaming for him inside 50. The kick was perfect to Fletcher. Plays on and goals. And the Borough come alive here at the Marty Bush Reserve. So that's taking back the lead in this one here. Jacob Fletcher in game 3 of senior footy gets the end of that one and puts his side back in front. We've got a second ball up here to restart. Scoreboard to my left now reads 7 goals, 8-50 to 7-5-47. So another correction here as we get a thirdly ball up. Bit of confusion to everyone here what's going on with the score, but all we do know is Sebastopol is in front. Goal for goal to restart here. Kirby tries to fist it forward. Polkinghorn's been good to start this term. Widgery coming away with it. Couldn't quite get it to a teammate. Carey went without it. Latch on him. Hand pass off in a Polkinghorn direction. Latch got him with the tackle. Spills forward on as far as Keel. Riding. Sharp hand pass Leonard. Tackling numbers are Sebas. Nutmeg was good there by Forbes. Clever little kick will find Paps. He has a loose Toby Hutt inside 50. He also has a vacant goal square. Went with neither with a smothered kick. Ball still alive. Hugo Pat follows up nicely. Deans could have gone away, but maybe a high tackle. Yes, it is. Coming through was Dalhouse with a pick up off the footy. Bit going on. Jack Riding's hit the turf. It's all happening here at the Marty Bush Reserve, and the place has come alive. Back with the action. Dalhouse is going to line up inside 50. Plays on, snaps, and goals. Turns to his new faithful, tells them all about it. Push and shove continues. Oh, it's a hot footy here, and now it's going to be on at the Marty Bush Reserve. Wilkinson McCallum going at it. Dalhouse snaps. He goaled. The Borough moved to 8 goals, 8.56. North Ballarat, 7-5-47. And now the big man, Cam McCallum, he's been sent off, and the place has gone bananas. Obviously, arch rivals, these two sides. No love lost. A rematch from last year's elimination final. Oh, it's been a hot affair all afternoon. Cam McCallum, the ruckman's now sent off. He's going to have a 15 minutes bath. A hard talking to from his coach, probably coming from Brendan McCartney. And now they're tasked to get back in the contest just a little bit harder. Jay Dalhouse goal there at the 11-minute mark. North now down a player. They're going to try to send Sam Glover behind the footy to try to stem the bleeding. And Loverson will go into the ruck. Loverson wins it down. Dalhouse, the last goal kicker with the clearance, goes towards half forward. Deans boots the ball. Toby Hutt in front, doesn't get the kind bounce, favours Duffy from the back. And he'll clear down the line looking for Sparkman. Missed him, ball's gone out. We'll get a ball in on true centre wing. As we take a moment and a breath to just resettle and breathe. It's going to be a fast, hot finish here at the Marty Bush Reserve. Packed house, as I said, below us. Arch rivals going to battle, second v third. Where would you else want to be on a Saturday afternoon but here? Kirby. Hand pass was partially smothered. North Ballarat, some numbers around the contest. Couldn't gather. At the front, they eventually get to Sparkman. He sends it inside, forward 50. Fisted there at the top. Hutt got the unkind bounce. Solomon trying to get it back there towards Quick. Did he get collected high? Umpire says no. Sanders kept it in. Didn't walk it over the line. And eventually it does ricochet, and North Ballarat will get a ball in inside 50. Scoreboard reads 8-8-56 to 7-5-47. The Borough have kicked 3 overs to 1 in this term. 2 in a row. Has got them some separation on the scoreboard. As we're just waiting for the trainers to come out. Not quite sure. Looks like Quick's a bit wobbly getting up from the contest, and I think there's been some concern from that contest from the umpires that he's not quite with us at the moment, as he sort of stumbles away in the hands of trainers and be assessed to be checked for concussion protocols. But the way the world is these days with those, it'd be hard to say he's going to re-feature. Well, not just annoy North Ballarat fans, but I'm sure the VFL followers of Geelong won't be too happy to hear that one of their young, bright talents looks like he may have sustained a bit of a head knock in this one. For North Ballarat's sake and for those people's sake, I hope he passes the test and knows who the Prime Minister is, and we can get him back out there. One down there by Kirby. North Ballarat through riding, get the right foot kick towards the goal square. It's going right to the line. Was it touched? They say no. It's a goal. And North Ballarat get one back there. Riding's third of the afternoon. His wonderful afternoon continues here at the Marty Bush Reserve. Against the grain, a man down, of course, with Cam McCallum being sent off. North Ballarat get one. Jack Riding, well, he's been their pick today. He's kicked 3 goals this afternoon. Had his hand in a couple others. And maybe suck a little oxygen and life out of the contest as the Borough We're really getting behind, well, the faithful to our right, we're really getting behind their charges, and now North just take a bit of gas out of the contest. Polkinghorne's really lifting this term. Another clearance for him. We'll go towards half forward. Sanders forced to spoil, brings it to the front. O'Keefe did well, but then was stripped of it and is gone, holding the ball. Solomon will have it, right on 50. Glover's lurking, trying to get the hand pass. He decides to kick himself, hits the hot spot. Out the back it goes. The Borough have the try to rush through if they like. Somehow I thought for almost somehow it stayed in, but in the end, the young kid on the spot said it did cross the line. We'll get a ball in at the 17-minute mark of the third term. Scoreboard has a 3-point ball game here. We will make sure that we get that all rectified. Yeah, there's been definitely a lot of confusion at the ground on what the actual score is. Electronic scoreboard has changed multiple times. Has Sebastian front, though. Loveson takes out the rock. Right foot snap. Across the face of goal. Still alive. Hand pass is stolen there by McMillan. He couldn't get boots of ball. Sebast desperate to lock things up, and that's exactly what they do. Tip of the goal square here for North Ballarat. Kirby and Loveson. Kirby wins it down. Dalhouse ducked the head. Was he collected high? Did he take his prior opportunity? Umpire says the neither. And another ball up will be the result. A few special moments. Kick the Borough's last. Riding. Arguably best on ground. Big tackle there by Kirby. Deep in defence will load things up. It was Loader, the man trying to get through. Again, Loveson wins it down. Hutt with the hand pass. Too hot for Keel. Trying to come out of that one was Solomon, but he ran out of real estate. So a ball in will be the result. Now about 35 metres out from goal. As we're approaching time on in the third term. We'll get back and going with the restart. One down by Kirby. Quick snap by Loveson again. This one's the wrong side of the post and out on the full. We'll give Banbury a chance from the restart once he collects the ball back from the velodrome. Electronic scoreboard now has it as a 4-point ball game to confuse us some more. Nevertheless, Banbury bring it back in from the fullback position. Down the line is the natural option, but wants to switch it out. Goes to his coach in Keel, securing his place in the side next week. As the coach will go long towards the outside. Deans arrives late, so it's Fletcher, a couple of youngsters, but Carey gets it. Off there to Jenkins. Hand pass was a good one to McCartan. Foot candy was even better. Right foot snap was ugly. Tough for Fletcher to handle. Sanders will come away with a quick kick down the line. Backing back was Carey. Off the deck goes Widgery just to gain some territory more than anything. Big tackle. Ball spills free. Carey comes away with it though. His kicks towards true centre forward. Riding. Knew where the drop zone was. Took the mark. One out with Banbury. And Jack Riding will mark on 50. Goes quickly. Saw a loose man in the pocket. Got him. Thought the natural option was always going to be to shoot for goal, but Leonard had found some space coming off the bench. Inside forward 50, and he found him with the kick. So Brock Leonard will line up. Left footer, so he can open up the angle a little bit if he wants to put North Ballarat back in front here at the Marty Bush Reserve. As we've ticked in the time on, Leonard's kick is on its way. Just across the face and a minor score. Make it a 3-point ball game here now. 8 goals, 8.56 on the electronic scoreboard to 8 goals, 5.53. We're just ahead of the time here. Thanks to our good friends at Red Onion. Predicting the future. As Banbury goes short, nice pass. Sliding in was, well, I thought it was a nice pass, but must have just grazed the turf for Stowe. And he held things up. Hot contest, 2v3, round 14 action in the McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League. We're back underway. One down by Loverson. Robbie Lynch comes with it. Right foot kick. Right to the teeth of the goal. Right the way home. And between the big sticks. Something out of nothing. North Ballarat now get the lead back here at the Marty Bush Reserve. 9 goals, 5-59 to 8-8-56. Something's amazing when you get a player sent off that it can do one or two things. Open the game up, of course, to your detriment, but at the same time, it sort of takes the pressure off things a little bit, and that's what's happened for North Ballarat here. Sebas unable to cope as North have been able to bang home a couple against with the breeze. Troon with the hand pass, finds Leonard. He goes over the top. North Ballarat in a chain of hand passes, looking there for Troon again. He missed it. Hand pass inside, missed its target. And the tackle's going to be applied as well. Of course, it's not just McCallum off 15, but you've got Quick left to the hand of trainers. You'd say his day's done. Borough, of course, been one down all afternoon, just about when O'Shea went off in the opening term. Ball comes free. The Borough try to clear it. Sparkman doing the tackling will lock things up inside forward 50. Next 5 minutes here, massive for both sides. That's back underway. One down by Kirby. Again, it was going nowhere, so another ball will be the result. Polkinghorn, the man in the bottom of the pack. Back underway. One down by Kirby. Widgery couldn't quite gather this time, but gets it on the second attempt. Kirby outside the boot, clever kick. Van Latch playing in front. Goes long down the line, and Wilkinson up to meet it, takes the mark. Been a bit of the spark today, the veteran, Jake Wilkinson. He goes short and finds Dalhouse off one step, very close to the line. Lutchins didn't see it coming, and Hutt was able to coast in front of him and take the mark. Plays on. Off the inset, the kick is ordinary. Pap slipped over, so did Hotchins, and the ball will dribble out in the pocket. So, wasn't the prettiest footy. Sebas, get the ball deep inside 50, trailing by 3 points. North Ballarat trying to defend a slender lead. Now Loverson and Hutt to go to battle. At the back, Widgery couldn't gather. Spin move there from Sparkman was going nowhere. Quick clearing kick there from Polkinghorn. Banbury at full stretch, couldn't hang on in the middle of the Marty Bush Reserve. Waltzes away from Banbury. Dumps it back where it came from inside 50. Kills by himself, and he's got it. He clapped the hands, said, "I've got this, boys." And the coach takes the mark. And now he's going to go back for his side to try to put him back in front. We'll shoot from pretty much right on 50, 45-degree angle. Played more midfield time this afternoon, Luke Hill. Was dominant as a VFL mid for a number of years. Now the senior coach, along with Mick Colombo, comes in with the kick. It's away to the right. Won't make the distance. Perhaps from the side couldn't take the mark, and I think a boundary throw-in's a better result for Sebas than behind. I'll get a chance to relock it inside 50 and maybe try to create a quick shot on goal. Big man McCallum preparing himself to come back on the field after being shown the yellow card. Boundary throw was short. Kirby just took it out of the air. Only favoured him, and he was going nowhere. Immediately trailing him was Loverson, who lopped him up. About 25 metres out from goal. Kirby knocked it down. Riding, tried to come away with it. Couldn't, and we'll get another ball up. Back on the way. Inside 50 for the Borough. Loverson down to Troon. Had his head ripped off. And he'll get the free kick and take some oxygen and sting out of it. Looks to go along towards the outer side. 2-1 ahead of the footy favouring the Borough. Banbury was the man, almost with the one hand, took the mark. O'Keefe I was wrapped up by a couple, and eventually, after a long stop, the umpire did say, give it to me, and I'll throw it in the air. Loveson wins it down. Been good in the rack, actually. Been a bit of the change they needed. Crone handball straight to the boundary line. Umpire will say, throw it in. I think when they get McCallum back, if I was Brendan McCartney, I'd send him the full forward and leave Isaac Loveson in the ruck here against Kirby. His mobilities and length just give them a little bit of a different direction. Still getting enough hit-outs to feed their midfielders and doing things like that, taking it out of the air, getting the clearance and thumping it down the line. Banbury, though, will cut this one off a mark. He's going to be daring and bite one off in the corridor. He kicks it into Cramry. Not the required 15. He was trying to claim the mark. Ball's in dispute. Hand pass by Veal to Crone to Lawler. Measured pass. Keel in between a couple of North Ballarat players takes the mark. He now goes corridor bound. Kick's got to be good and is. Dalhouse takes the mark. They're out in the broadcast side if he can spot Notha. He just tucks it on the arm and goes for run the Ferrari. Pulls the kick the last second. Nice mark finds Deans. He'll go inside 50 where he's got loose men everywhere. Latch should mark and does. Well played by Jay Dalhouse. Just had the overlap runner on the broadcast side, but he just tucked it on his arm and got the ball moving through the corridor instead. And now a chance maybe for Liam Latch. Handball off to the big man in Kirby from a standing start. Kick won't make the distance. Paps is in the goal square, but it's fisted through for a minor score. 8-9-57 to 9-5-59. Hotchins will mark on the broadcast side. Kicks off the outside of the boot. And Manji up on the spot says it was marked before it went out of the field of play. Loader with it. To the oohs and ahs from the Borough faithful here on the broadcast centre wing. He's kicked in the line's a good one. Nice set of hands shown there by Lamb. At the 28-minute mark, marks on true centre wing. Callum back on, as I mentioned, and he's gone forward, and that's where the kick goes. Banbury from the front was fisted away by his own teammate, McCartan. Was almost able to keep it in when it bounced on its point, but just went out of bounds, and we'll get a ball in. 2 points to the margin. The way of North Ballarat. A contest that's had a bit of everything. Right of screen has been the scoring end thus far. All terms favouring the side kicking to the right of screen. The Borough, of course, get to come home with that in the last quarter. Polkinghorn shoves it the hand pass. Troon to Ryan Polkinghorn. He dumps a wobbly one inside forward 50. Backing back almost a mark to the Borough. McCartan spun 360. Question might be asked how he disposed of it. Umpire said it must have been stripped from him in the tackle. And we'll get a ball up 45 from goal. North Ballarat would just love to get one here. Big fist forward by McCallum. Notha's kick was smothered. Ricocheted back in his direction. Polkinghorn gave it to only far as the Borough as they cleared a fence. Paps crashed it. Wilkinson tries one over the shoulder. Nash fumbled and the ball went out of play on true centre wing. So we're going to bounce throw in true centre wing, neutral territory. The Borough will want to get the likes of Dalhouse on the move here. Try to get the clearance and send it forward. Paps has been lively since going forward in the second term as the deepest target from here for Sebas. Kirby wins it down. Riding's been super. That man of Dalhouse is the one who gets it. He's over the shoulder or a sling and a bit of push and shove comes into it. Of course, it's got a horrid run of history with the concussion as Jay Dalhouse, and I think that's why the Borough faithful have erupted and the players have come to the support of Jay. He was fine enough to take his kick. Comes towards half forward. Hart couldn't hang on. Wilkinson's wrapped up immediately and we'll get a ball up as a result. As we're ticked on to 30 and a half minutes. Both sides down one on the bench. No O'Shea, no Quick, respectively. McCallum wins this one down. Keel tried to keep it in but slipped over. And we'll get a ball in. 2 points to margin. Favour of North Ballarat. Late stages of the third term, the Borough trying to steal back the lead. Boundary throw and run in front of us at the half-forward line. One down there by the big fella in Kirby, but as Polkinghorne picks it up, it's all set up for a grandstand finish here at the Marty Bush Reserve. 2 points margin, round 14 action, McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League. Don't go anywhere. Join us here for the final term soon at the Marty Bush Reserve. Welcome back for the fourth and final term in round 14 action in McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League here live from the Marty Bush Reserve. 8 goals, 9-57 Sebastopol, North Ballarat 9-5-59. For the visitors, Jack Riding leads the way and has been the difference with 3 goals thus far. Sam Glover has a couple with singles to Quick, who of course is done for the day, Stu Cramry, McCallum and Bromley Lynch. Whilst for the Borough, Kirby kicked 2 in the second term as their leading goal kicker thus far. Singles to Fletcher, Widgery, Dalhouse, Wilkinson, Banbury and Pabst. The Borough's goal kickers, and grandstand finish is the only way to describe it from here. Second hosting third. Right of screen has been the scoring end all afternoon by 4 goals in the first and second term respectively, and by 2 points in that one. Money's on the Borough as we get the restart underway here. Cramry to Riding. Carey. Did he take him on? Umpire said he did. He's gone. Free kick will go the way of Keel. Got an open 50 to aim at. Huts the target. At full stretch, the captain takes the mark. For the perfect start in the opening minute of the final term, the coach leads by example with a rundown tackle. Hits his acting skipper on the chest. Their leading goal kicker in season 2023 with 31. The number 1, Toby Hutt. On a 45-degree angle, about 30 out, right behind the kick. I think I'll let the crowd do the work for me. And the moans say it's a minor score. 8-10, 58. Trails. 9-5, 59. As North Ballarat be able to bring it back in the field of play. Sammy Glover doing the kicking duties. Goes long and wide to the other side. Off hands. Ball hits the turf. Carey, right foot snap was down the line. Hutton Polkinghorn. Polkinghorn must have been touched with the boot. Gave it immediately off to Troon. He goes with the hand pass in the direction there of McCartan. Go towards half forward with the kick. Lamb couldn't mark. Sanders, good crumb. Left foot kick. We go high towards centre wing. Big fly at the top. Mark's taken there by Carey. Isaac Carey looks inboard. Decides to go towards Sparkman and half forward. Had a quiet day. Off the deck. Oofed it in McCallum. Couple of Borough players collide. We'll get a ball up. Kirby and McCallum to continue. That's 60 out from goal. Neither man touch it. And another ball up will be the result. First goal in this term is going to be massive. You feel like the Borough got it, or get it, sorry, with their crowd, home crowd live today. Could be all she wrote. Hand pass there from Keel. Latch picked it up. Got it away to Lawler on his number 3rd side. Just sits it on quick. His teammate Paps' head a little bit. Spills out with the hand pass. Coming in there was Loader. They get one over the shoulder. Umpire says no. Numbers favour the Borough. They get it off to Kirby as he goes inside 50. Looking for Hutt. We've got 3 deep. Glover, big spoil. Or it's ground. Quick kick inside 50 from Sebastian's cut off. Marks taken there by Nash. He'll go across his defensive goal and find Riding, who looks to continue on his left side towards centre wing. McCartan's the target, used his experience well, took the mark on his chest, got rid of Sanders with ease. Pulls the kick at the last minute. O'Keefe backing back, grazed it with a knuckle. That was enough, got it out of play. Sam Glover behind the footy since midway through the 3rd term. Was important in that marking contest. Got the direct matchup on Toby Hutt at the minute. Very adept at either end of the field as the Collingwood VFL listed player. Ball up. 26-year-old, of course. Missed about a month of footy. Went overseas. Come back for his first game last week. Had 19 disposals. And a goal in North Ballarat's win over Redan. Let's get the couple this afternoon. True centre wing Keel was going nowhere. Another ball up as a result. Back on the way, McCallum works his way to the front, slaps it down. Crones, hand pass is partially smothered. Riding, taken over by a couple Sebastopol players. Bounces their own ball up, whatever you like. Umpire's going to throw it up in the air and bring it off the line a few metres. Back underway in the sunshine here at the Marty Bush Reserve. Kirby wins it down. Polkinghorn couldn't gather. Keel trying to keep it in. Maybe had a slight case for the tackle slipping over the shoulder, but umpire said no. We'll get a ball in on true centre wing. The edge throwing will favour McCallum in front. Wins it down. Leonard got it to Cranberry somehow down to Riding, and all the left footers combined. Takes one bounce as Jack Riding drills it towards Loverson on the lead. The kick was perfect. And Jack Riding's wonderful afternoon continues. As I said, he's kicked 3 goals himself, and now I've set up a number, and this could be another one. That kick at full tilt after taking a running bounce from the contest. Loverson's kick on its way to cross the face. He does give North Ballarat a slender 1 point lead though. Banbury will do the kicking in duties. He wants to go down the middle. Bang, to the middle of the Marty Bush Reserve. Glover couldn't mark. Out the back to Burrow go, but Hutt slipped over. Not done with though. Poor hand pass to Wilkinson. Trying to find Forbes. The little man picks it up at full tilt. Got it out the back towards Veal. Now Mason. He's got a loose man at half forward. Overcooked it slightly. Carey from the side couldn't mark. Now Hugo perhaps still has it. Right foot snap will go right towards the top of the square. He's got it. Mark is taken there by the Borough. It's Paps with it. He'll line up from about 15 metres out on a tight angle. Started the game in defence. Got swung forward. It's carbon copy of what happened the back end of last year's home and away meeting between these two sides. Hugo went forward, and Hugo told the world that he was a forward, and he comes in and proves that he still is. The Borough get first blood in the final term. It's through their swingman, Hugo Pabst. Sebastopol back in front by 5 points. According to the electronic scoreboard, 9 goals, 11-65 to 9-6-60. And the two Goliaths in the ruck continue their jostle. McCallum won it down. Veals dragged that one in. Got to get it out. He did, just in time. Nash going nowhere. Borough fans want a free... Well, they wanted a free kick and they got it. Fortuitously, maybe. Widgery didn't even know he had it. He'll be able to drive his side into attack again. Unloads a long kick. It's in the Hutt direction. Big fist from the side from North Ballarat. Forbes just sent it back. Spiked it back into the attack. High tackle will favour the way of Glover from the Dalhouse doing the tackling. Gives it to Nash. Then Nash in his third game in return. Missed the first half of the season, and long kick will go towards centre wing. Sparkman the target. O'Keefe from at 7 deep. Almost took the mark. Veal, wrong-sided. Had Sanders, who just came off the ground on the ground from the bench. Almost got it. Leonard will be walked over the line. We'll get the ball in. Both sides not naturally probably at full strength. We talked about all the Sebas outs, but no Loader, no Hobbs, no Artsman, no McGigan. Of course, no Josh Chatfield is in the VFL. But would probably be selected if they were available, respectively. North have pulled the trigger. Glover now gone forward after starting this term in defence. Hutt. This kick was brilliantly smothered there by Leonard. Had the tough job on Jamie Quick before he got concussed. Did Ben Hunt in defence. With him off the ground, he's sort of pushed up into the midfield and he's getting a close eye now on Riley Polkinghorne. So can your day get any harder than that? Back underway. Keel on his backside. Somehow got the handball away, only as far as though McCallum. He goes towards centre half forward. Well trapped there by Glover. Works around to his run-preferred side. Now he steadies from 48 to put North back in front. He must have scraped the padding on the post. It has. For all money, it was between the big sticks, but just hit the fat bit. Minor score. So Burgo quickly. Hunt finds Widgery. He wants to go quickly towards the outer side. Opportunity here for Fletcher. High long ball will just fall inside 50. Forced to spoil was the North Ballarat defence. Trying to get there first should be Jenkins. And he has the safety as the boundary line just to see it over. 4-point ball game here. The way of Sebastopol. Almost some individual brilliance from Glover put North back in front. But as I said moments ago, hit the fat bit of the post, the padding, the extra padding. And a minor score. Ballarat slingshot it and get it in deep inside 50 where they can go to work. Kirby goes over the shoulder. Widgery got boots a ball. Was it required 15? No. Paps go off. The Dalhouse! Across the face. Minor score. Lots of moans and groans from the faithful here. Thought Hugo Paps at mark. Wasn't required journey. He was smart enough to quickly get it off there to the dangerous Dalhouse. And not even the Ferrari could get that one between the big sticks. You can just tell why he's been on the VFL list for so long. Slight in stature, but tough as nails. Got just genuine X factor in all the key categories. Just couldn't get that one between the big sticks. As we're waiting for the ball to return from the velodrome. Got stuck in maybe one of the big trees behind the goals. Constant problem when you come to the Marty Bush Reserve. Net behind the other end, but not behind the velodrome, of course. As Ned Nash is on a scavenger hunt for the football. Gives us all a bit of time to reset. We're going to wait. I think we're going to get a new footy now to come. So, long delay, but ground manager Phil's got the ball back. And we'll be able to get a restart. So North from fullback. We're able to go again after a lengthy minute delay. Then Nash has returned from searching. It's called to go. Comes broadcast side. It's off the outside of the boot a little bit, so it's going to be a wobbly one. Polkinghorne, nice hands. Wasn't intended for him, but held on in the marking contest. As we've ticked 12 and a half minutes gone in this final term. Ryan Polkinghorne, high footy towards true centre wing. Stowe took the mark. Held up. Now launches it inside 50. Dallas from the back. Couldn't take the mark. Forbes coming through. Couldn't quite get it with the clean shark. Neither could Hutt. Hand pass from Polkinghorne. Found Jenkins. Now off to Riley. Polkinghorne inside there. Gave them McCartan. He was run down. Got the hammer away just in time. Not done with yet though for the Borough. Keel left foot snap. Bending to the goal face. Loveson couldn't mark. And North Ballarat do survive. Carey comes out of the fence and finds a target in Lamb. The game of inches. As North tried to exit, it's going to be turned over out in the full. You take it. Stowe marks. Marker out in the full. You take your pick. I'll give the intercept points there to Liam Stowe, who had sagged off McCallum. Gets to get it back underway. Once again, he goes long inside 50. Wilkinson with the one arm. Dalhouse couldn't quite get it. Is he gone? Yes, he is. Tried to step around the latch tackle. And the Vipe of the last grip held on. He's going to line up to give Sebas a little bit of separation that they need on the scoreboard. Liam Latch on a 45-degree angle, if you will. will shoot from about 30. Love this season. Think he's really building into quite a player. He's kicked 8 goals from the half-forward line. The absence of the likes of Cassidy, he stepped inside to the midfield. Had really good numbers. And could have a big kick in the spectrum in this match. Latch comes in, starts it right, brings it back. The crowd do the work for me. And Sebastopol do get an 11-point buffer here as we're midway through the final term here at the Mighty Bush Reserve. Latch joins the likes of Banbury, Paps, Wilkinson, Dalhouse, Widgery, Kirby and Fletcher on the score sheet. Great tackle inside forward 50, rewarded with a free kick and then the goal. Big centre clearance coming up. Captain Toby Hutton, the ruck here against McCallum. We're off and running. McCallum wins it down. Polkinghorn dragged to the turf without it. And then we'll come back to Riley Polkinghorn in the centre of the Marty Bush Reserve. That said, Ben Hutt to him. Starting to get away from them in the midfield. Goes inside 50 with a kick. They spoil each other. Leonard dragged without it. Bromley Lynch was the man who was trying to hang on the mark. As we'll get a ball up. 53 metres out from goal. Hutt McCallum, the big man from North, just bunts it forward. Ricochet back to Toby Hutt. He got boots the ball. Bouncing one for Paps. Couldn't quite get it. Duffy has some support. Forbes, who's been super on his broadcast side wing, created the contest, and we will get a ball up here in front of a happy Mick Colombo coach's box. They lead by the highest margin they've had all day of 11 points. North Ballarat kicked the first 4 goals in this game. And you thought, gee, with their forward line, they were going to absolutely romp it home from here. The Borough have responded. It's been inspirational. And now they've got a free kick to Lawler. Bromley Lynch getting in his back. Now wearing his 3rd jumper of the afternoon. Had to give his 28 to McCallum because that got ripped. His 34 is covered in blood from earlier. High ball down the line. Big fly from Paps. Hutt almost. And a ball up will be the result. 55 from goal. Inside, just outside 50. 17 now and a half minutes played. 72 to 61. My abacus tells me it's an 11-point margin. Forbes spun away and paid against him for a throw. Good tackle there by North Ballarat and by Bromley Lynch. He goes towards centre wing. Goes to the hot hand in riding. Held up this time by Stowe. Has Glover down the line. That's where you want to go. Closely watched by O'Keefe. Banbury gives some support from the side. Ball doesn't get out, but now it does. As Crone went to ground, I thought it was an opportunity made for Loader. But the boundary line wins out. Just inside 50. Of course, North Ballarat, big story here. Jamie Quick looks like suffered a concussion. Midway through the 3rd term, his day was done. For the Borough, Connor O'Shea injured in the opening term. Borough been down 1 man all afternoon. Stowe couldn't gather. The late inclusion, McMillan trying to gather. And in the end, a ball up's the only result with Sanders. Shown signs that he's got a bright future here in blue and gold. Done a couple of nice things on the wing and in defence. Glover trying to get on the move. Close watch by Keel. McCallum uses his big frame, does his own roving. Couldn't quite get free from a whoopie tackler. Ball up, 30 from goal, or 25 from goal even, is the result. Back underway. One down there by Hutt somehow. And then the clearance by the acting skipper was good, but it's in a dangerous spot. Dalhouse threw all his weight at it, couldn't take the mark. Sparkman gets boots the ball. Dribbles into the pocket. Loader leads the race. Tries to keep it in. Crone up to meet it as well. Lawler doing the tackling will lock things up. But again, Jay Dalhouse just Slow to get back to his feet, but threw everything at it. Little fella's had a few big flies at him. McCallum just knocks it to the dangerous spot. Glover hits it at full velocity. Tripped over. Widgery, sharp handballs to Hutt. He'll go over the top to find Forbes. Has a vacant forward line to aim at. Pulls the kick at the end to Dalhouse. Kept his feet. Forbes had a fresh area at the deck. McCallum gave it off to Loverson. Now Nash. He'll go inside 50. Glover's got separation. He's got a few to beat. O'Keefe takes a wonderful intercept grab. Slows things down. Comes across his defensive goal to find Keel. Big applause to Riley O'Keefe. Of course, early in the year was best on ground for Ballarat in the Interleague. Did that all afternoon that day. Banbury now with it. They've got players who've just come off the bench. Widgery, one of them, marks. Could go quickly. Dalhouse, the only real man inside 50 to aim at. Waits for Paps to get there to be an option too. It's on his head, fisted away. Loverson gets down. He's run down there by Dalhouse. Deans stepped around the whoopie tackler, hits the hot spot, and it's got Fletcher there. Plays on, kicks his second, and maybe seals the deal for Sebastopol. As we tick in the time on, Fletcher kicks his second, and the Borough get a 17-point lead here at the Marty Bush Reserve. The Marty Bush Reserve has come alive. Slammed home a few goals in this final term. 3 in a row now. Fletcher getting at the back. Youngster kicked his second. And we've harped on it all, I've harped on it all day, but it can't be understated. The Borough is second on the ladder. They have no Lockyer, no Hill, no Keeble, no Medwell, no Dummett, no Harvey, no Snowden. All these guys would get a game anywhere else in the competition. They're out injured. Pick 3 kids from the under-19s. They concede the first 4 goals, and now they lead by 17 points into time on the final term. Against the North Ballarat side, pretty much at full strength with the VFL guys. We got a half forward. Pap's got an unkind bounce. Hutt overran it. Duffy couldn't pick it up. Sparkman, sharp hand pass. Carey dances on the dime. Wobbly kick was touched, so Leonard goes quickly. Comes across his defence and finds Nash. They've got to go fast. They've got the firepower. We know that. Looking down the line for Lamb. Keel. And a knocked out of his hands by Riding, said by the umpire. And we ball it up. On paper, you would have said North Ballarat with the likes of Riding, Glover and Quick should be firm favourites. The Borough showing games up one on paper. As McCallum takes out the ruck. Barrels it towards half forward. Baggy Max O'Keefe couldn't hang on. Might open the door here for Loader. Off there to McCartan. Hits the hot spot at the top of the goal square. McMillan, the late inclusion. Held up by Stowe. And we'll get a ball up. 22 and a half minutes gone. Final term. Umpire's going to wait for the ruckman to get all the way down there. And we're back underway at the full forward position. At the front they go. Off the deck goes Solomon. Didn't get good purchase. Sanders slaps it through for a rush behind. The question will be, the Borough will know their own plan, but when do they go to safety mode from here? Banbury shows no sign of it. He goes as quick as he can. A wobbly kick because O'Keefe's got away. And he marks. And that was brave by Riley O'Keefe. He left Sam Glover and said, I'm going to go get this kick out because they're not going to expect it. Takes the mark, then turns it over the kick. Must have been touched off the boot, said the umpire. So play on it is. Forbes held up. We'll get a ball up. But it was a brave decision by Riley O'Keefe. He went quick. Glover stayed at home. As he sort of has to in this situation, he was able to take the mark. Kick wasn't perfect, but well played O'Keefe. Big tackle by Leonard. He was arguably North's best with McCullum last time out and has had pretty good numbers, the number 33 again this afternoon. Holding, free kick's going to go the way of North Ballarat. They'll take the advantage through Troon. Runs his full measure, hits the hot spot. Glover slips over again and O'Keefe takes the mark. Where's the long stops there, Sammy? That's not the first time he's hit the turf. And O'Keefe intercepts at fullback. He'll go short and find Banbury. 24 and a half gone. The Borough have it in the fence. Long ball. Hart will arrive late. Nice mark by Loverson. He's really built into a good game today. Played on. Gave it off there to a teammate. And Bromley Lynch inside 50. Crone couldn't mark. Lawler looked left, looked right. Came back to him. McCartan couldn't get it. Big tackle by Stowe. Had a very good final term here, Liam Stowe. Experiment to send him back. Starting to pay dividends here in this final quarter. McCallum knocks it down. Keel hits the turf. We're going to pull up. Can't count the Borough out when you've got the likes of Keel and Dalhouse in your midfield now. Might be just knocking on the door as that next side that can challenge Melton. Quick kick run, he goes as far as Sparkman. He'll play on and drill it towards the full forward position. Out the back for Glover. Game not done yet, he says. Handball off there to Riding. Shakes one tackle, back around to his left side. Lowers his eyes to Polkinghorne. Once again, it's the brilliance of Jack Riding to find a target. And it's safe to say Riley Polkinghorne has one job here. Pop it through the big sticks. Goes quickly. Polkinghorne comes in. Gollenpie does a merry dance, and he's missed. It's a minor score. He's been a terrific player every time he suited up for North Ballarat. That time he couldn't get through the big sticks. Banbury's going to be brave again. Goes down the middle, hits a target. Mark's taken there by Wilkinson. Plays on. The Borough have not stopped. Continue to go fast. Veal couldn't mark. Able to trap it and get around to his left side. Bumped as he's kicked as it's dribbled inside 50. Carey tucked it under the arm, goes for a run. Off there, Bromley Lynch from a standing start to Sparkman. Gives it to Carey. Wilkinson was bearing him down and got him high. He's got to go quickly, does Carey. Goes to his natural right side. Good kick to half forward. McMillan should mark. Takes it. Is there time left? We've now gone 26 and a half minutes. Inside 50 again. The tall timber for the Borough standing up in the final moments. Mark taken there by Crone. Now he decides I want to slow it down. Geordie Crone, high kick, long to the outer side. Almost a mark to Loverson. Dalhouse, wrapped up. Got it away. Fletcher, who might kick the match winner. Jenkins got the unkind bounce. Forbes buried him down. Ball came free. Polkinghorne's kicks into the corridor. It's turned over. Veal's got it. Out the back slips Paps. Sits it on him. Backing back Hugo. Was he paid the mark? No. He was collected there by Carey, and he comes away with it, and Hugo Paps is down and sore. Now Forbes is down and sore from the marking contest. Bodies everywhere as North Ballarat go towards half forward. Looking for the mark there was Solomon. Couldn't quite get it. Here comes through is McMillan. Goes towards a wobbly kick to full forward. Was home for Glover. O'Keefe, he's been inspirational last term. Involved again. Got it there now to Crone. His left foot kicks to Dalhouse. Couldn't mark sliding in. Keeps it alive. Gets away from the whoopie tackler, and he goes down the line looking for Kirby. Couldn't quite mark. Ball hits the turf. They're tired bodies everywhere. Loping after it, he couldn't quite gather. Now McCallum. Fletcher, did he keep it in? Yes, he did. Danstett was superb. Quick kick down the line was marked. Carey will get to reset for North Ballarat, but you feel like at the 28-minute mark, the Borough have done enough. He plays on. Almost turned it over. Maybe he has as Forbes goes off the deck to his own advantage. Now he picks it up. Stand step. Inside. Latch. Got him. And Liam Latch will take his 30 seconds and line up directly in front. And it's been an inspirational win by the Borough. So many out. To concede the first 4 goals, you thought Riding was on the wall. And the way they were responded, with passion, with gusto, and with pure class. Liam Latch directly in front. Gets underneath it a little bit. It's away to the left and actually doesn't even register a score. Wait for the ball to come back from the velodrome. 15 points the margin. Academic from here, of course. A run of 7 wins in a row for North Ballarat that starting in Sebastopol is going to be ended by Sebastopol. O'Keefe over the top to Dalhouse. I'll let the place erupt for me. They come from everywhere to Jay Dalhouse. Kicks his second. The Ferrari finishes off the game in style. And Sebastopol get the 12th of the afternoon. Oh, it's going to be party time in Sebastopol tonight. Second on the ladder coming to this one, playing third. Equal on points. A big win here against North Ballarat at home. Might help them secure a top 3 finish in season 2023 for the 3rd year in a row. Keel tries to go off the deck. We'll get a ball. We've been treated to an absolute beauty this afternoon here at Marty Bush. North are a good side. They'll reset and they'll come back from this one. The Borough going to get a great win over their arch rivals. Keel, did you get one over the shoulder? Umpire says no. Love the coach's game today inside the midfield. Put a body on Cramry early. Hasn't been any dominant bends to Stu Cramry. And Keel the other way has been very, very, very good. Taking the tackle is Bromley Lynch. Umpire says give it to me, we'll get another ball up. Back on the way, pretty much in the middle. McCallum wins it down. Keel stripped of it. Riding, trying to come away with it, couldn't gather. Hutt. Kick it only went as far as McCallum. And there is the siren. It sounds the signal. A famous victory for the Sebastopol Football Club. They beat the arch rivals 12-12-84. North Ballarat 9-9-63. A packed house here at the Marty Bush Reserve. We're treated to a comeback victory from the home side. A couple of goals to Hugo Peps, Jay Dalhouse, Arnold Kirby, and the youngster Jacob Fletcher with singles to Widgery, Liam Latch, Jake Wilkinson, and Jack Bambury. For North Ballarat, well, Jack Riding in a loss might still get the 3 hit medal votes. He was super. He kicked 3 goals and had his hand in everything. Sam Glover kicked a couple. Singles to Quick, who, of course, got a concussion midway through the 3rd term. Cramry and Bromley Lynch also kicked 1. The win for Sebastopol will leave them in 2nd place. Importantly, might, with how the run home from here suggests, helps them secure a top 3 finish for the 3rd season in a row in the Ballarat Football Netball League. They, of course, finished 2nd in season 2019, made it all the way to the grand final, lost to East Point, finished 3rd in 2022, beat North Ballarat in the elimination final, made it way to the grand final, lost in the grand final, is 3rd time the charm. Well, with wins today like that, inspirational. 3 kids from the under-19s in their 3rd game of senior footy. No Lockyer, no Jed Hill, no James Keeble, no Bailey Medwell, no Chase Dummett, no Tucker Harvey, no Grady Snowden, and a win to the Borough. It's going to be one of those ones that they're going to remember, and it's going to be probably one of those tipping points and deciding points in their season. For North Ballarat, still plenty of positive signs. You've got that forward line that we know could do damage. You saw in the opening term how they just almost blew the game apart despite not having the weight of footy. They keep those guys for finals footy. They'll beat anyone on their day. They won 7 in a row coming to this one. 8th time, not so lucky. Thank you for joining us, company, this afternoon in the McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League for round 14 action. The Borough have secured a 20-point victory here. 12 goals, 11-83, defeating North Ballarat 9-9-63. The Borough are going to enjoy a nice win in the rooms. Until we have your company join us next week, it's a bye from now here from the Marty Bush Reserve.